Doctrine and Covenants, starting in verse 17, it says, "And the redemption of the soul is through him that quickeneth all things, in whose bosom is decreed that the poor and the meek of the earth shall inherit it. Therefore must needs be sanctified from all unrighteousness, that it may be prepared for the celestial glory. For after it hath filled the measure of its creation, it shall be crowned with glory, even with the presence of God the Father, that bodies who are of the celestial kingdom may possess it forever and ever. For this intent was it made and created, and for this intent are they sanctified." Then jumping down in verse 25 and 26, it says, "And again, verily I say unto you that the earth abideth the law of a celestial kingdom, for it filleth the measure of its creation, and transgresseth not the law. Wherefore it shall be sanctified, yea, notwithstanding it shall die, it shall be quickened again, and shall abide the power by which it is quickened, and the righteous shall inherit it." So these verses lead into the idea that the earth is going to become the celestial kingdom for the people who live on earth, who make covenants with God and do and follow Christ's will. When the earth is resurrected, after the earth dies and becomes resurrected and glorified, then the people who live on the earth, who are worthy of a celestial glory, will continue to live on the earth. The earth, it becomes the celestial kingdom. It becomes heaven, essentially. And yeah, I think that that's an interesting thought. And it's also kind of interesting to think of the earth as having agency, the way that it's talked about here. That the earth transgresseth not the law, that it has the capability. The earth isn't just chemical reactions. This is kind of a rebuke against determinism, the philosophy of determinism, that things don't have agency. These verses imply that the earth has agency and chooses to do what's right, rather than the earth just being acted upon by natural laws. So I think that is interesting to think of the earth as having agency, as being something that can choose to transgress or not transgress a law. And here the scripture is saying not only does it have agency, but it's good. It's not a wicked earth, it's a righteous earth that is going to be resurrected and glorified and receive a celestial heavenly glory.